Let's move on to the next question. So the diagram shows the points A and B, as we can see here, A and B. On the curve y equal to 8 over 3x plus 2, the tangent to the curve at B, right here, crosses the x-axis at the point C. Okay, great. Now the point D has the values or coordinates 2, 0. This is the point D. Okay, let's see what do we have. Now part 1, we have to find the equation of the tangent to the curve at B. Okay, and hence using that, show that the area of the triangle BDC is this. BDC is this. So pretty easy. Let's first find one by one. So first thing first, we have to find the equation of the tangent at B. So now again, tangent is a straight line. So to find the equation of a straight line, you must first find the gradient of the straight line, which is the gradient of the tangent. Now we understand that the gradient of the tangent is the same thing as dy by dx. Now why is this? We can also rewrite this as 8 3x plus 2 power minus 1. So dy by dx will be what? By dx will be, let's find out from this, 8 is only a multiple, so multiply by the power minus 1, and then we have to decrease the power by minus 1, that will be minus 2, then multiply by d by dx of the value inside, that will be 3. That will be minus 24 over the value of 3x plus 2 power 2. So I hope that was somewhat clear. So again, 8 is only a multiple, we'll leave 8 outside. Right. Then we multiply by the power, so multiply by minus 1. Great. And then we have to decrease the power by 1, so minus 1 will be minus 2. Okay. Then we have to multiply finally by d by dx of the value inside. So d by dx of 3x plus 2 is 3, so we multiply by 3, and that's it. That will be this value. Now, we have to find dy by dx at the point B. At the point B, we have the value of x equal to 2. That will be minus 24 over 3 times 2 is 6 plus 2 is 8. Square will be 64. Right, let's check. 3 times 2 is 6 plus 2 is 8. Square 64, so minus 24 divided by 64 should be minus 3 over 8. So we conclude that at the point B, the gradient of tangent have to be the value of minus 3 over 8. Now since we have the gradient of the tangent, we have to find the equation of the tangent. So we have the gradient as required by the question, and then we have the passing point is 2, 1. This is my x and my y value, so y minus 1 over x minus 2 have to be minus 3 over 8. So cross multiply, you will have 8y minus 8 is equal to minus 3x plus 6. Now 8y is equal to minus 3x plus 14, and that will be my equation for the tangent. Again, you can always make y become subject, it is up to you, you can do that. That will be 8 here, and then that will be 7 over 4 as the other one. Okay, that will be also the same thing. Now using this, we have to show the area of BDC. So BDC, we have to find this point and then find the area. So what is the point C? The point C is on the x-axis. We realize that on the x-axis, the value of y have to be 0. So replace 8 times 0 is 0, and that will be minus 3x plus this. So x will have to be 14 over 3. So the point C have to be 14 over 3 and 0. So let's find the area of the triangle BDC. Now BDC is this one, BDC. Now this is a vertical line, as the point 2 and 2 matches. We know this is a vertical line, so this have to be 90. Now how can you find the area of a triangle or right angle triangle? It is simply half times base and times the perpendicular height. So half is half, base is this one, have to be this point minus this point, so this value will be what? 14 over 3 minus 2, that will be 2 over 3 times height is only 1, so times half, that will give me, so half times 2 over 3 times 1, that will be 1 over 3, which is simply 1 times 3 is 3 plus 1 is 4, 4 over 3. This is shown as required. Again, let me explain. For this value here, I've realized that the point C is what? It is the x value of C will be 14 over 3. Now the x value of D will be 2. Now the base will be the distance in between those two. So we have to take this minus this to find this base distance. Now height is pretty easy. It is 0 to 1. That is only 1. So area of triangle will be half times base of height. So half times base and times height will give you this value shown as required by the question. Now for part 2, we have to show the volume of the solid formed when the shaded area or region ODBA, so ODBA is rotated completely about the x-axis is this. So how would you find volume? Volume about the so rotation about the x-axis. Now again, it is always kind of best to use or to know a formula that will help you with that, right? So we know it should be this pi y square with respect to dx. That will be this pi is pi, and y is the equation of the curve. What is y square? Y square is simply y square will be 64 over the value of 3x plus 2 square by dx. Now we can rearrange, obviously. We can take out this value, that will be 64 pi, and then we can bring this up, that will be 3x plus 2 minus 2 dx. Now we can simply integrate this. Again, the limits is what? Let's have a look. The limits will be between the value of 2 and 0 for this region, right? 2 and 0. Okay, great. Let's see what else do we need here. So here we have the curve. Okay, good. Now 64 will be outside, and this will be 3x plus 2. First we have to increase the power by 1, that will be minus 1. So minus 2 plus 1 will be minus 1. Divide by the same power, then divide by d by dx of the value inside, that will be 3. Then we have 2, 0. That will be 64 pi, and we have minus 1 over 3. We can bring this down, that will become 3x plus 2. And then the values will be, limits will be 2 and 0. So 1 by 1. 64 will be outside, pi. And then here we have minus 1 over. So 6 times 2 is 6 plus 2 is 8 plus times 3 will be minus 24. So 24, sorry. And then minus, that will be minus 1 over. That will be 0, so that will be 6. So minus 1 over 24 minus 1 over 6 times 64. That will be 8 pi as required. So again, let's try. So minus 1 over 24 minus 1 over 6 will be this value, and times 64, that will be 8. So 8 pi will be the volume required for your answer. 8 pi units cube for the volume of this area that we are trying to rotate along the x-axis. Again, the main thing we have to know here is the formula, how to find this. So we have to know when it is about the x-axis, we write pi y square. But when it is about the y-axis, we just write pi x square with respect to y. Okay, so this is the only difference between those two directions.